In 1999, my brain and the trajectory of my life were forever changed by an episode of television, and that was Season 1, Episode 9 of Roswell on the WB, titled Heatwave. When Roswell originally aired, people would describe it as Dawson's Creek meets The X-Files, which isn't 100% what it was, but kind of. It was a high school teen drama, think Vampire Diaries, but with aliens who were posing as human. It was very much the same premise as Twilight, and this predated Twilight, so I've always thought that Stephenie Meyer low-key maybe was inspired by Roswell. Teen girl who has access to lab equipment in high school science class looks at some cells under a microscope and finds out that her classmate who she's crushing on is an alien after he rescues her from certain death by healing a bullet wound. And the episode Heatwave is about an unseasonable heat wave in Roswell that's causing all the teenagers to get all horned up and make out with each other all over the place. And Liz is the archetypal innocent young girl. And that was like so prevalent in the late 90s and early 2000s teen media. And she resists the temptation to kiss Max, her alien crush, because it'll change everything, right? And the episode ends with the sweetest, most tender, like, adorable kiss. You've got to look up pictures of the actor who played Max on the show, because he had that very criminal 1990s teen boy haircut. But, like, and with the, like, the midriff, it was brain chemistry permanently changed. But seriously, what is happening right around here? So the idea of a heat wave causing people to lose their inhibitions and to follow their impulses and have this like primal need for someone just erupt, and like often it being someone against your better judgment that you should be kissing, you should not be kissing this person, that just planted itself in my brain. And it wasn't until I saw this picture of Oscar Isaac and Pedro Pascal that the idea bloomed. Because I saw this picture and I thought, imagine being the person on the other side of that camera. Imagine for a moment that they're looking at you like that, because after this party ends, you're all going to go into an air-conditioned room together. And that all just full circle moment where I just had to write a forced proximity, hooking up with someone you really shouldn't hook up with, throuple story that I published. And this is my most read title. This is And They Were Roommates by L. Diaz. You can get it on paperback. You can get it on Kindle Unlimited. You can buy it from your local indie bookstore. It is just the culmination of all of my teenage hyperfixations, but now with a fully developed frontal lobe that is also very smutty. So it is about 3 roommates. The 2 guys have hooked up previously, but the female roommate did not know that until she eavesdrops and finds out that, oh, this maybe has been going on for a while and isn't like a one-time thing that I am listening outside the door of. And they are all stuck inside during a heat wave one weekend, and revelations come to the surface, and they just are all wearing too many clothes for how hot it is. And I'm also working on the sequel to this, so At some point, there will be a sequel to And They Were Roommates, where we explore more of this throuple. Swords Cross, happily ever after, guaranteed. Really strong character development in this, even though it is a thin little novella that is very, very, very spicy. So there's still some plot here.